24 Hallenbeck is the topic. To take one thing up front, obviously there's a Hallenbeck coming this year. You will be filled in with all details about Hallenbeck, everything around Hallenbeck, now in the next upcoming days. So to take that up front, Hallenbeck is coming. Details will follow soon. For now, I want to make a step back and review how this whole thing came together, how everything got started, what Holly's role plays in all this, and show you guys some exclusive footage, some behind-the-scenes material, and just some behind-the-scenes information from Holly and I of how this Hallenbeck went, and things that happened, things that maybe didn't make it on camera. And I guarantee you guys, most of you probably haven't even seen the very, very first Hallenbeck. When I say very, very first one, I mean like the first unofficial, whatever you want to call it, Hallenbeck. The very first video on the Flex Rocks and Rollovers YouTube channel. The very, very first video we have ever uploaded was that. And please take that into consideration when you watch it.
Marvin does not like it at all.
Oh God, I do. I mean, I had no idea none of us had an idea what I was doing. Did we? We had no social media experience. That was at the very, very beginning of everything, right? I mean, that wasn't even far away from when we originally met, I think, Holly.
I know.
And I think that's also something we can maybe tell people, like how we actually met. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that we met at the Unlimited Off-Road Show. Thank you, by the way, for the donations that are already coming in. Nomad Crawler, thank you, my friend. Anyway, we met at the Unlimited Off-Road Show. My previous career, whatever I was doing before Flex Rocks and Rollovers, believe it or not, there was a life before this, and I put on off-road shows, off-road expos, big off-road events, and we made a Christmas show, like a smaller scale Christmas event here in Atlanta, just north of Atlanta, and Holly pulled up in there and was part of that, right?
I did. That was my very first show as well. I was with Rev Kit at the time, and I was a hot mess because I didn't know anyone, and everyone was a superstar to me, and I was just so nervous.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember that. And remember some of the other female off-road influencers that were there back then that we all looked up to and thought they were the biggest, piece in the pot, and they're not even a name anymore. They don't even exist anymore. Like, I feel like this is like a lifetime.
I don't know where they've gone.
Yeah, I don't either. But it's crazy to think about. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we met. And like also a bunch of other people, like the whole RevKit gang came together with that. Jared from Crawl TV. Jared was also somebody like that. Yeah, so it was a good time. It was cold. It was cold and rainy. It was kind of miserable.
Rainy. It was like a monsoon hit out of absolutely nowhere. Everyone went rushing to Walmart to find like overalls and ponchos and welly boots and all sorts.
Oh man, but you guys had a hell of an Airbnb. I do remember that. I remember the Airbnb that you guys, I think Jared booked that. Crawl TV Jared booked that thing, and it was man.
Yeah, it was so good. And when we got Walter and I got invited to the house, and we were just we walked in, we were like, we watch them. Oh my goodness. And we just I stood in the corner and just kind of watched everyone. I was really nervous being there, but that Airbnb was...
It was cool. It was cool.
Very cool.
And then I think the trip after that, the next trip was Etna Mountain. Have you ever been back to that place?
No, I want to though.
Etna Mountain. Man, I wish I had pictures. I have some stuff on my phone that I should have brought out. But Etna Mountain was the next trip, which is a small local wheeling spot near Chattanooga that a friend of ours, Alyssa Payson, it was her birthday, I believe. It was her birthday weekend.
It was her birthday.
And we were invited to come up there, stayed there at a cabin, and that was the first time ever Holly had a Jeep on 42-inch tires. Like, that was the day, right? The first time out.
Yep.
So that was the first time out, the first seat time overall ever in Mischief Maker. I wouldn't even say the way you know it. I mean, it has even changed since then. But on 42s and with a roll cage and the big boy class. big girl class.
Yeah. Oh, you can say big boy class. It's fine. I'm used to it by now. No, that was a lot of fun, but that was also the first time I had really hung out with Bleeping Jeep or Jeremy Rose.
Yep.
And they were like, Jeremy Rose. He busted in. He had a couple of drinks. He's like, "Who's good?" He was ready to go party. And I was like, "Who's this guy? This is insane." No, it was awesome.
It was hilarious.
Very cool.
It was so cool. And I remember it was also there was the second time we met, and the second time it was nothing but downpouring. It was raining so bad. I was in ponchos. I had trash bags over my freaking, over my seats. And yeah, I was on Baja tires with half tread. So I was just standing still, like on the ref limiter, trying to make it up anything.
You were.
Yeah.
You were. That just the first hill, it took everyone forever. Either you made it or you didn't.
I'm pulling up old memory. Like, I wish I had some pictures of that, man. That was so much fun. And such a long time ago, but I really don't think so. I really don't think I have them.
That was 2018.
2018, yeah, that must have been 2018. That must...
like baby times.
Yeah. That must have been 2018. Anyways, if I find the photos, I will post them. I will post them afterwards, and we'll definitely. I'll put them in our story. I'll tag Holly and whatnot, but I definitely still have something somewhere. Anyways, but right after that, so the next thing after that was then Helen back. I think that's kind of where you guys decided to take your life on the road, right? Like that was around between the Etna mountain trip and Helen back. I think your entire life was turned upside down by this crazy hobby.
Upside down. We were hanging out with you a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. With the best coffee cups. Marvin has the best coffee cups ever known to man, by the way.
The collection has grown.
I sat in his living room with Frank and Walter and Marvin. Marvin's like, "Oh, dude, I have this idea and I just want to do it." And I'm like, "Let's do it." "Dude, you can't. Like, we need to get in touch with people. We need to get people together." I'm like, "Just tell everyone to meet you like next weekend. Let's do this." And then you were like, "Okay."
That really was what it was. I think you spent about, I don't know, almost like 3 weeks or something at like Holly and Walt lifted up in my old townhouse with us. It was awesome. And we really got to know each other in that time frame and really almost laid out our game plan for the next couple of years in those couple of weeks, and really talked a lot about what we want to do and how we want to push this whole thing forward in both of our careers in this industry. And that's pretty much what that was. It was crazy. Anyways, but Helen back originally, and that was the story that I told Holly. And it was funny when I talked to Walter earlier, or I don't know when it was, yesterday or earlier, and he said back then we were sitting around and I wouldn't shut up about Rainforest Challenge. I think that was another thing. I've already infested some of the people that are watching this live stream here with it in one of the streams, showing some of the video content from it. And I did the same thing with Holly and Walt way back then in 2019 when we were sitting on the couch, drinking bubble tea and eating ramen soup.
Yes.
We were sitting there and I was showing them Rainforest Challenge footage and how I want to bring something like that to the States, and I would like to do a rally, and I had this whole race idea in my head, but I wanted it to be 24 hours long and to be the first 24-hour off-road competition with relatable vehicles, not race cars and all this stuff. And before, obviously the race was far along. I didn't even I would never would have had the budget or the money to really realize something like that. But I had an idea, and and then after talking to Holly and Walt, and just hey, just freaking do it. I don't want to say dumbed it down, but we reduced the idea down to something that was doable for who we were at the time and what we were doing at the time, and that was this. And in the video when you watch it, we even say this is a test. I think we say, okay, but this is a test for something even bigger that you might be able to participate in, and all this kind of stuff. So over the time we over the time we were there, we made it happen to at least go out and do what we thought was a test for a 24-hour race one day. But it turned out to be the Hallenbeck Trail Challenge as we know it today. But I filmed it by myself. It was Yanni's first off-road video he ever really cut. And I think the first time Holly and I have both ever really been on camera or tried to, do
you can tell as well. It's so fantastically awkward.
Yeah,
honestly, everyone, I would definitely just, if you feel like a little giggle about people that you know on YouTube now, like go ahead and watch it. Like we're both like saying like funny things like to be funny on camera, and it's just kind of like, oh my god,
we never knew what to say. So like we were starting like Holly's about to do Devil's Elbow, and then Holly next to you is like, oh, Devil's Elbow. like we didn't know what to say. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do with our hands. Like it was just the weirdest thing. It was awesome. And then Yanni's music choice. Again, I told you guys the history of Yanni, my partner, the editor that is behind the scenes of Lexmarks and Rollovers, cutting all the videos that you know. This was his bloody beginning. So you can see in the video, Jeep comes up on a hill, starts bouncing, and is really strong on the gas. And as soon as it gets exciting, Yanni puts music underneath it. Like it just kills the whole engine sound and everything with music and fast forwards everything. Or puts like a heavy dubstep bass over like an entire section of a trail. And it's like it blows your eardrums out when you watch it. But we thought it was awesome back then.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good.
Man, I love when people like Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. It's just funny. Like, yeah, I'm curious, guys. Like, let me know. Type a one in the chat if you ever watched the one that we're actually talking about. If you already seen it, it's called 24 Hallenbeck Windrock Park, I think. It's the very first video on our YouTube channel. I would like to know from everybody that's in the chat right now, how many of you have actually seen this? Like, how many have watched the very, very first test Hallenbeck at Windrock Park? I would like to know. Jason Vanover, here we are, number one. Like, of course, Mr. Jason Vanover, supporter since day one. Yeah.
Well, Twin Stick Crawlers just said Hallenbeck was the driving force behind my build. I saw the first one and got hooked.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. That is so cool. That is great to know. Cool. Like that's what we love. We love to hear that we can inspire people with this stuff. I'm just seeing it here. This is, by the way, just to change the desktop background here a little bit. This is, by the way, the lineup pretty much of the first. No, one guy is missing that blew its transmission up.
The buggy guy?
Yes, the buggy guy. Trevor Galloway.
The buggy guy that we always...
Trevor Galloway.
We would see him, and then he would, leave.
Shout out to Trevor. Great dude. Had a wide open design. Well, I think it was just a chassis kit from Wide Open that he built by himself, put together, and... he had quite some, we was on Rockwell axles, and it didn't like the long trails of Windrock Park. That's one thing. Also, one thing that I learned.
The hood ended up on the cage.
Yeah,
one of his radiators ended up on the windshield.
Oh, I guarantee you, I have some pictures of that. Here you go, bam.
Oh, there we go.
So he was his transmission was overheating so bad that he just pulled his entire transmission fan out and just mounted it on the freaking window. But it still didn't last over time. So yeah, but also something that I really take into consideration now when I do Hallenbecks is to try to not do parks or trail systems that have a lot of driving in between. That's something that I learned right then and there, is the 24 hours while you're on the trail. Trust me, they're bad. They're really bad, but they're doable as long as you're working for it and you're out of the vehicle doing stuff. But driving down a 30-minute bumpy dirt road at 4:30 in the morning after wheeling for, 18 hours... oof, that was a rough one.
that was definitely a rough one. That took us to hour 22. I remember you, Barbie, just being you just looked at the camera and you just your soul had left your body. You were just there.
Yeah, for sure.
Body, but
I think so too. There. And we have some good. There was a few other people that were just completely exhausted by the end it came around. And we got some good photos of that. It's, by the way, guys, the photos that we're pulling up here are completely random. They're unfortunately back then, for some reason, they're not in order, so they're completely all over the place, but we're going to try to make sense of this and kind of go all over the place with the story as well, but that's what it is. If you want to see it all the way it went down, again, we're going to put the link, once the live is done, I'm going to put the link of the very first test Hallenbach in the description, and you guys can watch it. But yeah, until then, you can enjoy some cool behind the scenes and some cool stories about it. For sure. Very, very cool.
When you run out of water for your radiator.
That was crazy.
And you can hear a natural spring in the pitch black. Who heard it? Someone heard Enzo. It first, and they were like, "Is that running water?"
Enzo, I think.
Water?
It was crazy.
And it came back.
So back then, I had a really hard time keeping that Hemi cool. Like, it was overheating a lot, and I was blowing fuses of, like, the fan that I had kept blowing fuses, and we were driving through the night, you know, exhausted as hell, kind of booking it down the trail. It was loud and didn't pay attention on my temperature gauge. Enzo, my French buddy, was sitting next to me, and we were driving through this trail. All of a sudden, boom! Something crazy exploded. Huge smoke cloud coming out of my hood, and the radiator hose just popped off the radiator because it got so hot and sprayed it everywhere. And nobody had enough coolant to fill it back up. So yeah, like Holly said, somebody heard something drizzle way back in the dark woods, and we took out a canister and went into the woods, and then just from the little drizzle that came down a rock, we literally filled up my radiator again to continue. So that's what that picture is all about.
That was so funny as well. I thought Enzo was joking. Wait, do you hear that? And I was like, no, I don't hear anything. It's running water. Okay, cool.
That's such an Enzo thing. I love him. Great. Yeah, and back then, also another thing, no pink helmets yet. That was an invention that actually came in Kentucky. The next one is when we brought in the pink helmets, unfortunately. So back then, we did have a chicken hat, right?
We did have a chicken hat.
Matt had a chicken hat. So, but anyways, Holly and I figured, since we can't give away a pink helmet from this 24 Hallenbach.
This one.
Because there wasn't one, we figured something else, and that is, if we're going to make it a donation goal here today. So whatever you want to put in the super chat as a donation, it can be as low as a penny, doesn't matter. Between everybody that puts in any kind of donation throughout this live stream, we figured we're going to give you guys the original pink helmet from Arizona, the Hallenbach that you all love. So bam.
You gotta love that.
It's on the wall, and it's Mischief Maker signature on the... Wait, where's my camera? Right here. We got my signature right here. And this helmet is going to some lucky winner at the end of this live stream. So we're going to pick somebody at the end of the live stream and send you this original, still kind of dirty, dusty, I want to say, pink helmet from Arizona.
Okay. I was like, dirty.
So, no, it's dusty. There wasn't, like, it's just dusty. It's dusty as hell. But yeah, we got Tim Chroma, myself, Mischief Maker. I think that's John Patrick, Andrew Bailey, John Grounds, Chuck. Yeah, Chuck. The rest I can't read. A bunch of them. Everybody that you know from the Arizona Hallenbach, the original pink helmet. So again, every small donation today in the donation in the super chat qualifies to enter to win this beautiful pink helmet from the Arizona Hallenbach. And I'll throw in a t-shirt as well. So there you go for that. Bam. Just to keep you guys on board. So thank you guys already for everything you guys are doing. Slicks and Steakies is back on. And Alex Hamilton, I appreciate you. Jack to Jeep, James Gilman, thank you guys. Appreciate you. So,
nice.
Let's move on in here. That was at the very end. Remember this trail?
Oh yes, I remember that trail. The one that no one else wanted to do.
I think everybody hated me for that. I think I was the most hated.
We did a little.
Most hated person on the trail. After 22 hours of wheeling. So the deal was, my theory of the Hallenbach in Tennessee was, or at Windrock was, that the park is so big, 70,000 acres. So I figured, why don't we start on the farthest northern side and then fight our way back to where the vehicles were parked here, and the park goes all the way up here. I figured we drive all the way to the other end and then fight our way back down, which means one of the hardest, most technical, most nerve-wracking trails at Windrock Park is Rattle Rock, which is right by the parking lot.
Everyone's getting it. Everyone's like, Rattle Rock, Rattle Rock.
After 22 hours, everybody was beat to death. I was like, we are doing Rattle Rock. We are doing Rattle Rock to finish it off. If something breaks now, we're close to the trailers. We can literally just drag the Jeeps out there and we'll be fine. That didn't go so well.
No one liked Marvin. Matt had his chicken hat on. He was fast asleep on a rock. Someone is winching in front of him, and we're all like, Matt, move out of the way, move out of the way. Walter walks up to Matt, and he's just sat there like this.
Yeah, literally.
Fast asleep. Face is so dirty from being on the trail for 23 hours at this point. Chicken hat on, and he's like not into it. No one else is into it. Marvin's like, come on, guys, we can do it.
Yeah. No, he wasn't into it at all. I wish the photos would be more organized and I could pull that picture up, but I guarantee you we will get to it eventually. So,
we will.
Yeah, Turtle Rock. Hey, what do you know about turtles, Holly?
Well, I love him, but also that was the first time I had ever done Trail 15.
Absolutely. That's what I also said. I made a story earlier on Instagram and posted it about another thing earlier. Like, you came such a far way since then. It's crazy. Crazy.
Well, the funny thing is, bone dry. So this is bone dry in the middle of the night. Couldn't get up it. I was kind of done at that point. Even my hoodie is up. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm sleepy right now. But the next time I did this trail, it was pouring down with rain and just walked up it. I had no, it makes no sense. Yeah,
and I don't know, Trail 15 at this point, I have a story. I don't want to go too far off topic now, but I had a shoot last Friday with a fellow off-road YouTuber that was also on this Helen back, and same thing. I've done Trail 15 102 times at least, and wheeled it in every weather condition possible. Never had a problem, and of course, as soon as that happens and somebody points a camera at it, I brake on it and I completely screw up. So that's exactly, it's the same thing all the time. If nobody looks and the cameras are off, we all do great. Trust me.
Trust us. All right.
Yeah, just to put into perspective how big Windrock Park is, it's huge. Yeah, that's. I mean, for people that are not from the area, I mean, this is Knoxville, this is Windrock Park, this is and that's where again we spend 24 hours of our lives in nonstop. Crazy.
That sounds so dramatic. We spent 24 whole hours.
I mean, better.
I mean, it was pretty dramatic, to be honest with you. There were moments.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, here we are. That's the one that I posted on Instagram earlier in the stories. Like when you watch this, the way this was a massive obstacle, even for me back then. That was an intimidating obstacle, Devil's Elbow or whatever it was called, and it was a struggle bus for all of us. And I think now we wouldn't spin a tire; we would just drive up it.
We just go up it. I know.
Crazy.
No, it's wild to just see and think how much we've all done in between that time.
Wild.
Just nuts. Well, look at this Helen back and then compare it to Arizona. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, wow.
We thought this was bad at the beginning of the video for this, Marvin. You're like, oh my goodness, this is not an overlanding trip. This is the hardest trails in Windrock.
Yeah, it was an overlanding trip compared to Arizona. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Whole other level.
Absolutely, full on, definitely overland level. Look at Holly back then. That is the coolest thing to me. Wow, all of us, we were such babies, and it's just a few years ago. We have changed so much. It's wild.
I know.
Wild.
I wore shorts. Why would I do that? Why?
And I made teal Flex Rocks and rollover shirts for some reason.
Yes, you did. And do you remember the hat that I wore? I hope there has to be a picture with the hat.
Yes,
so
yes.
This hat is, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it I don't know if Jeremy Rose is going to be on here because he actually bought it for me. It said it's mountain time on it, and I wore it for most of the time. It was horrendous. He bought it for me in the general store, and then he told everyone in the general store who worked there that I was Scottish royalty and they had to curtsy to me. And they believed him. It was terrible.
That is awesome. Yes, I think also, isn't that the trip where the Scottish hammer came like where that came from?
It surely is.
Oh, God.
There's so much history, guys. That's the cool thing. I think a lot of people see us on our individual like YouTube channels and they know that we're friends, but there's so much history between all of us. It's really, really cool. So thank you for inviting me on today, Marvin.
Yeah, thanks for being on here, Holly. This is great. This is good. It's good to do a deep dive back, and like there are not many people that I could even do this with that have been around this long and that I've been around for this long. We have some stories to tell. Here's Bleepy going wild in an early version of the Scorpion Crawler. Oh, Bleepy.
Look at that face.
Hasn't changed.
No.
I think Bleepy
like nothing will ever go wrong with the Scorpion Crawler, and then we'd like see him around a corner like with his hood up for 2 seconds. Be like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing. Nothing's wrong. Nothing. You're like, okay.
Yeah. True. Yeah, here's another glorious shot of Trevor with his transmission cooler tied to his windshield. Things you gotta do. Aww. Then John from Jeep Tech. We had John from Jeep Tech, and then Mr. Half Jeep in his Jeep. So they switched vehicles in these pictures. But yeah, man, this has been a long time. Man, yeah. Bleepy again.
Wow.
That was up on the Carriable Flats. For those that know, yeah, you see my Baja tires. That's what I used to be rocking. Same compound as the Red Label crawlers. But half tread. So as soon as you put a rock on it, fantastic tire, unbelievable tire. But some situations there was no rock, there was nothing but mud, and I was just like,
oh wow,
wild. Yeah, people here also saying Arizona was true hell. Yeah, Jack to Jeep, you're absolutely right. Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Mischief Maker looks so aggressive with those tires. You know what? I feel like it looks so much more sophisticated and like mean and powerful now. Like,
yeah.
Like it has a wider stance and it just looks like, I don't know. It like aggressive. I get,
together.
But It's more intimidating now than back then. Like, but yeah, I get that. Like but still.
Yeah.
Bleeping Jeep mad, yeah. Oh, we are. Funny. I'm just reading some of you guys' comments. This is great. Great. All right, see. What else we got here? Yeah, that was up there on the Carrier Flats. Look how clean your Jeeps were. Body-wise. Awesome.
They look like tin cans now.
Yeah, especially mine.
Yes, especially
yours. Especially mine. Yours is still in great shape. Jeeps are like he wears it well. It's okay. Yeah, up here, Carriable Flats again. Beautiful view, guys. If you've never been to Windrock, man, Windrock has some views. And every season of the year, it's absolutely gorgeous. No matter when you go. Super cool.
Oh, awesome. Look at that view. That's incredible.
I like your old glasses. That's
Listen.
I like it.
Quickly switch over that one. They were so big.
Oh man,
I remember. I remember when you cracked this out, Marvin, and you're like, guys, I have something to show you. We're all like there with our dry crackers, and he comes out with this. Boom. I'm like, wow. This guy is too professional for me.
I'm still using it. This last weekend at Windrock, I used it again. I upgraded. I upgraded from Mountain House at this point. Mountain House is fine, but like there's better stuff for sure. So, but it's still something I do a lot actually. Like that's one of the main things. Like if it goes past a couple hour trail ride, like if it's an all day kind of thing, like that's my meal prep for sure. Definitely something.
Always carry one with you. That's what I learned from you. Yeah. It's always in the back of my Jeep.
Yeah, and it's...
If you get hungry or you get stuck or someone breaks and you're out there for forever, then you're covered. Chicken and rice.
Yep, absolutely.
It's very nice.
It's just so convenient. It packs together super small, and you have a hot meal on the trail. It's pretty.
It makes a huge difference. And
deluxe.
you have those packs on your Amazon store, right?
Yes, actually, our Amazon store. If you guys want to check that out, it's in the link tree. Yeah. It's on I also put it again in the description below. If you guys want to check that out and see like what this whole thing here is about, I put that in the description. You guys can check it out. Here's another glorious shot of Enzo filling up water for my coolant.
Oh, Enzo!
Biggest V-notch we've ever driven to date. Back then, it was pretty funny. Trail 15, we've already been here. Back up there. Here, guys, look at the view. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Jeremy Rose. Man. Yeah, back to Rattle Rock. We'll get to that in a second as well. Yeah, me running out of gas.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry. But here, you know what? This is something I want to bring back. I really want to do an RC car build next year. And yeah, get back. I have a bunch that are just all broken and that I haven't used in a long time. Since I moved my house, I never touched them again. I want to rebuild one of my RC cars and take it with me wherever I go. Like, I wanted to have a spot where it lives on the back of my Jeep, and I just always take it with me. There's so much downtime on the trail, and it would be so much fun to, like, battle each other on a little, like, shootout course while we're waiting while somebody is stuck, or whatever downtime we got. I feel like this is great, and it's something that should be part of my wheeling inventory in the back of my Jeep. Definitely want to bring that back.
Yeah, you did run out though, and you were like, I only have 10 gallons left. I have more at the truck, but we're like hours away from the truck. Yeah,
we were at this point. That was the north side of Windrock Park, and we were parked down by the general store. So this was very, very far. This was very far away, man.
Yeah.
Yep, the rock bouncer again with all of his body panels pre-transmission issues. Yep, there's the chicken head.
The chicken head.
That was the pink helmet, basically. That was the pink helmet of the first Helen bag.
That really was. And you can just, can you zoom in on his face? He's done, guys. Look at him. He is done.
He looks older on that picture than he does now.
I know.
He aged probably 5 to 10 years during those 24 hours. We all did. Man, that was a rough night. That was rough.
It certainly was. It was just very, it got very dusty.
Yeah. That's the thing. The trails weren't even dusty, but the freaking, the roads to get to the trails. Oh my God. I mean, we didn't have to fight with mud, which was another good thing, or it was still kind of muddy here and there, but not terrible. But the dirt roads in between trails, 20, 30 minutes on long dirt roads, and you get dusted in. I was fine. I was in the front with Jeremy Rose, but some of the guys Matt was in the back. Oof, I feel still sorry for him.
Yeah. Well, he looks like he's been on holiday for 6 months there.
Yeah, or I don't know. Looks like one of the coal workers from back in the days that Windrock came back. Oh man.
My God.
That was nice. The sun coming up over the mountains of Tennessee, Caryville Flats. We were just enjoying the sun. Sun coming up in the morning.
That's one thing about 24-hour Helen back is that everyone is always I don't know if you get this, Marvin, but everyone is always I can do it. 24 hours, nothing. I wheel for 12 hours. And you're okay, get to hour 18. You'll start seeing everyone get a little grouchy, and you kind of just lose it until the sun comes up again. And then you get a second wind, and then you think that you can drive back home after. You're I'm wide awake now. It's fine. This has been awesome. Blah, blah, blah. You get in the car, you drive for 30 minutes, and everyone is I'm sleeping on the side of the road. I'm going into a hotel.
I
just can't do it.
So the first time, and like this is not really a spoiler, but the Helen bag that you guys are seeing this year was the first Helen bag where I actually pulled through with that. We did for 24 hours of Helen bag, got back to camp. I got in the truck, and for some reason, dark roast gas station coffee kept me so awake that I was able to pull a lot of hours, like double-digit hours, back home and made it home. That was very, very intense. But all the other years, I'm all with Holly. Like, you made it 10 miles outside the park, and you start off with all the energy in the world, and 10 miles down the road, you can't keep your eyes open. You're about to crash. You're about to get yourself in danger. But every single year, all participants insist no, I want to drive home. At the beginning, I was always planning on, you need a hotel after Hallenbeck. Everybody wants to crash. And then nobody ever wanted it because everybody's like, I got this. I'm fit. I feel great. I want to drive home. I want to make some time today. And then you see him pulled over on the side of the road, like just past the park entrance sign.
Oh my gosh. Wild. That was a beautiful sunrise, though. If you can get up there, sunrise, sunset, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, Caryville Flats up at Windrock Park man, Tennessee in general is just so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, here we are, Rattle Rock, after hour 22, with Jeremy Rose spotting me through, nowadays I walk this section. It's not even a big deal anymore, but, until I figured out the recipe and the line on this obstacle, it was a struggle bus, and definitely after 22 hours of wheeling and then hitting, was this my first time riding Rattle Rock? I think so. It might have even been the first time.
I think it was. Yeah.
I heard of it and never done it, and it was rowdy, and Jeremy spotted me through it. I miss Jeremy.
Look, oh, I know. Jeremy Rose.
Big booty Judy over here.
Oh, gosh. Gnarly.
That's the picture right here, I think. Yeah, one of these. I
think it is, yeah.
Here, guys, look. Holly Fowler's first magazine cover came through this Hallenbeck, actually. Follow magazine, and that exact photo on the cover of it. That was a proud moment for all of us. Like, for me, having just basically the first video I've ever published made it on a magazine cover, and then Holly making the actual cover shot, and then having a cool cover story inside of it too. Let me see.
That was awesome. Imagine putting an event together, guys, and having your first event blow up in a magazine. That's super cool.
So here we got some of the pictures we're currently looking at here. Right here, got several pages actually completely covered in it. Super, super cool. That was a proud moment. And here, a full list of all participants down with the hashtag handles and everything. That was awesome. All of us in it. Still got it right here. By the way, guys, Follow Magazine, great people, cool magazine. If you like reading magazines and you like getting the knowledge from magazines, definitely check out Follow Magazine. Cool people.
Guys, you got to remember that Marvin has given away a pink helmet that's signed by a bunch of people that you guys know. But you got to make a donation, whether it's a penny or $10. I don't know.
Exactly. Whatever you want to give.
Yep, whatever you want to give, everything helps, and someone is going to be winning a T-shirt from you, right?
A T-shirt,
helmet, and I'll throw a T-shirt in there too. And
woo! There you go, some Mischief Maker merchandise. That's awesome. Thank you, Holly. By the way, the helmet is an extra large. I doubt anybody is going to actually wear. Who knows? Maybe you want to wear it. The helmet is an extra large. It has the adjustable wheel in the back, so you can kind of make it smaller and bigger, a little bit at least, and it still has Arizona dust in it. Not a whole lot, but some. I'm going to try to keep it. And again, has our signatures on it and all that. It's the one from Arizona.
Arizona!
Woo! Yeah, very. So yeah, that was the story behind that as well. Holly's first title magazine cover and our first magazine story. Yeah, that's the shot right here. That's it. Super
crazy.
Cool. Super
yeah.
cool. Jack to Jeep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good Lord. This picture is hilarious.
Stephanie Erickson,
We're going
thank
up
you.
a rock hill.
This is one of my favorite photos ever taken. To be like, this is literally one of my favorite Helen Beck pictures of all times. I don't know why. Like, this picture sums up the camaraderie on this trail, the struggle, like, we're tired. Look at you in the back. Like, you look you just hang in there with your hood on. Like, oh man, like I think you broke something on your drive shaft. And everybody's helping. Yeah. They look like they're completely out of solutions. They're giving up at this point. Enzo's trying to help. Walter, look at Walter. Yeah. Walter down there.
Walter had cockroaches crawling all over him. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. But he went under there like that. He was like, it's okay. And it was just some loose bolts.
That's it. We thought the drive shaft was broken. But huge shout out to Tom Woods. Tom Woods had prior to the event sent me a spare drive shaft and some random parts, random drive shaft, like U-bolts and U-joints, random stuff. Little tiny box. And it was exactly like we had exactly the bolts in that little box that Holly lost on her drive shaft, and we were able to fix it. Tom Wood saving the day. That was awesome. Thank you guys for all the donations.
Oh, heck yeah. That's super cool.
Stephanie Erickson, my husband needs an extra large helmet. We have a medium and a large. That's awesome. Thank you. That's great. Everybody needs to carry one in their rig. This is awesome. Cool. Yeah, again, one of my favorite pictures of all times. I love this photo. I think this one too. This is another great one.
Yeah.
The Tom Woods drive shaft, taking the parts apart. Walter. Look. Man.
Walter.
This you in the background. Just God, get this thing fixed.
Totally fish facing. I'm like, what am I doing here? Crazy.
Yeah, freaking super cool. We're back on Rattle.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Oh, old Jeremy Rose on those like super swampers from 1982.
Oh, Rosie.
Those tires were the hardest tire I have ever felt. Like, and he wheeled the hell out of it and made us all look dumb and a lot of stuff. But like, man, those tires were done. Like, I'm pretty sure you could like chisel like pieces out of them. That's how hard they were. Crazy.
They were as hard. They were really hard. They were like rock solid. Those poor things.
Factory Rich Off-Road, thank you, man. Thanks for your donation.
Nice.
Super sweet. Yeah, look at that. Balloon tires with the flames in the back. They're not even there anymore. Jeremy, you need to bring your flames back. Taking a JK for a walk.
Come on now. Let's go this way.
There's me overheating. That's the picture right before we had to go to the creek and collect creek water. Look at like back in the days before Onyx, before any kind of navigation apps or whatever, I actually carried this huge, I have it here somewhere, this huge, massive navigation system that I actually won at a BFG giveaway or something. And that's how we navigated through the park.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Nowadays, we have it on our phone.
It's so funny how much like your Jeep has changed. Like it has, but it hasn't. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, the light bar is now on the windshield because I kept hitting it on everything. Definitely no more crazy navigation system. No more different tires. Still BFG, but different. Yeah. Spiderweb shades different. Yeah. A couple of things. Let's see. Those are just some drone clips and whatnot. Man, you want to see how far some Skydio drones can? I know you're using them as well. You want to see how far they came? Look at that.
This was a Skydio?
This is Skydio R1 back in the days. And we thought this is like, holy shit, this is so crazy. Look at that.
Yeah, it was nuts. Like, it blew my mind.
Yeah, this is what they look like, a potato. Wow. Yeah, old Skydio footage. Oh, we went back.
Look how much technology has grown in very few years, Marvin. Very few years.
Crazy. Really, really crazy.
Look at that climb. Look at that. Look at you go. Yeah. Ultimate off-road.
Yep. That's it.
Oh. A life before.
Crazy. What's this? Also just coming down from the flats or driving up it. Cool.
Oh, I remember that.
Here's John almost flipping his Jeep on Trail 15. Back when it was really steep. Nowadays you drive it and it's not even crazy anymore. Back then Trail 15 was way more of an angle.
This was it. Yeah. So, I kind of forgot about that. Lifting a tire there.
I don't even think this is in the video. I don't think we had good enough footage from it to put it in the video. But yeah, almost laid it on his side. Back then, Trail 15 was bad. Oh yeah, here we are.
Alright, this one's filled up.
Yep, things you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember this? The meme, our first meme. Walter made this meme. Walter and I, we were sitting there again, bubble tea in one hand, ramen soup in the other, and like trying to make social media work. Here's our look, that's your handwriting right there. That's you made the list of all the trails and what we ran. Very cool. This is just that's Turtle Rock on Trail 15 back then. Oh man. Crazy. And Bleepy turtled on the Turtle Rock with his chicken head.
Of course, the chicken head.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's.
Someone just said Nick Barnes goes, laughing my ass off. That video was great back then. Guys, again, you gotta go back and watch the first ever Helen back. Then watch. In fact, you should watch all of them, to be honest with you, because they all have something really special about them, I feel. And you can see the evolution. Like, you've done an absolutely amazing job with 24-Hour Helen back. Like, it's super cool to see how far you've come, Marvin.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we try to improve it every year and make it different every year and switch up scenery every year to have, the opposite of what we had the year before. And obviously, and learn from all other things. Like, again, Windrock Park really taught me to not pick parks or trails with a long distance in between places where you kill most of your time on dirt roads and not wheeling. And you get tired and all that kind of stuff. And, oh man, I don't know. There are so many things that go into this kind of stuff, and you learn so much from it every single year. Every single one is different too. You can't say, "Oh, we've done so many of them now. We're good. I got this on point now." No. You can't prepare for it. Whatever you bring is not what you need. That's the rule of thumb. Do you remember how we prepped for it back in the days? Like, we both had our Jeep, brought our Jeeps to some local shops. We were there almost every day, shattering everything that was done, put our hands on stuff, and just started worked on it ourselves. And I don't know, just try to keep everything together and try to be prepared, I guess.
Yeah, no, we were very unprepared. We thought we were very prepared. But not so much.
No,
but
and you
take something away from it every year.
You really can't prep for it either. Like, there's really no good way to prepare for it for the most part. But let me drop this right now for you guys already. We have a video coming out for this year's Helen back. That kind of tells you guys a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, and you can dive in a little bit deeper and see how people actually prepare for it and whatnot. So get excited for the whole Helen back phase to kick off here very, very, very soon. I'm really, really excited. I'm really pumped to show you guys the next chapter, the next season of Helen back. We've changed some stuff. We've upgraded some stuff. We have more videos coming leading up to it. and the location is something you will absolutely never guess. I would still like for you guys to try. If you want to put your guesses in where you think the next Hallenbach will take place, put your guess in the chat. I'll look it up later. I definitely would like to know what you guys think. Last year was Arizona. What can we do as a contrast to that? We shall see. But yeah, we have live, so every live stream from now on circles around Hallenbach, and we will like spit out more and more information throughout the next couple of days and fill you guys in on everything you need to know about the 2022-24 Hallenbach. And yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy it. And again, we will give you guys a lot more background information and a lot more story around the entire adventure. Yeah, looking forward to sharing that with you guys. But also, I think we need to let you guys know. Well, no, let's not spoil anything. We'll keep it at that. Next episode, we'll keep spitting out more and more information as we go. Yeah, Trap House Yoda sounds like a ton of preparation for all that for a ride like that. Wonder how he knows that. If you got Jeremy Rose and a few others, you can keep him rolling. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Jeremy Rose's Jeep is a Swiss Army knife. No matter what happens to you on the trail, if he is anywhere near you, you're pretty well taken care of.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine. So, I've done a lot of wheeling with Rose, and he will have, like, he has a little bolt compartment, and he has bolts for stuff that doesn't even exist on his Jeep. Like his vehicle, it doesn't need them, won't ever need them, but has like a little baggie just filled with them. And it's like, yeah, sure, I got one of those. Yeah, sure. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I do feel bad for him though, because he does have an onboard welder, and if anyone breaks, he is the guy.
He's always the guy to fix it. That's true. That is true. But he likes it. I think he enjoys it. He is that kind of guy that actually enjoys it. So that is great. Yeah. That's really, really good. Man, we got some people here from Florida from Canada, all over the place. Super cool. Jeep Light Podcasts. Cool. Billy, yo. I thought Walter didn't like mud, didn't do mud. Well, he doesn't always have a choice.
He used to.
Yeah, I'm heading back to Windrock this summer, and these pictures are making it difficult to wait. I'm glad to hear that. Windrock is a ton of fun. We were just there last weekend.
A great park. Oklahoma.
Yep. That's another place.
Black Pearl.
Another place I would really want to go back to. I mentioned that several times already, but Rugged Mountain Ranch, I definitely want to go back and explore the other trails. Again, we've only done like one trail there the entire time, but I want to go back so bad.
I did like a 10th of the trail. So, Marvin, if you go there, you better invite me.
Yeah, for sure. We should, we should we should do a ride in Oklahoma sometime. I don't know, maybe this coming year already, and invite only the homies and go and have a good time. I think that would be amazing. Yeah. Would be really, really cool. And I know even other Chuck has been there after the Hallenbach. I think Chuck went there, so Chuck would even
He did.
Yeah, yep. Chuck's been there, so we'll get some people together and do another trip. I definitely want to go back. Amazing place. Awesome place. But yeah, even it's funny how where Hallenbach, what it became after all these years, and after the original idea wasn't even supposed to be what Hallenbach is now. And now the further we make it with this YouTube thing, and the more people are watching our stuff and supporting and whatnot, maybe one day we even come around and do the original idea and make it a race, the 24 Hallenbach Rally, and make it a competition, because there is no 24-hour off-road race yet, not to my knowledge at least. Nothing that focuses on vehicles like ours, not to my knowledge that there is anything. So I think there's still space for something like that, and we could totally. I mean, you're building a race car right now, so that lines up pretty good. After KOH, and we're getting some seat time in that thing. How's that coming, by the way?
It's going good. We're starting the build up again as of Sunday, probably Monday. Chris Miller is going to be coming out. Kevin Stearns is going to help us.
Nice.
And we don't have a lot of time. 51 days until it all starts, like all kicks off. That's no time at all. So
Wild.
We'll see how it goes. This is not something like personally, I just want to do it, but I'm not going to put like myself in a bad position because it's something completely new. You're going fast. There's a lot more danger to it. So it's not going to be worth it for me if I don't feel comfortable and if Walter doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we have one another and you got to be respectful. So.
I totally understand that 100%. Like, and I would be like, I really respect you for even doing that in the first place without ever like, you kind of like, I figure like if you dip your toes in by co-driving 1 year and you experience like you're completely getting thrown in the cold water here. Like you've been to KOH many times, you've seen it from the outside, but like that's now the first time being part of the race circus and you're racing yourself in your own vehicle that you build with your own hands. Like that's a huge thing.
Crazy, and it's an endurance race, right? It's not even like a short course race.
No.
A lot of people are being like, don't do it. Do some short course races under your belt so you have a feel for it. And I'm like, listen, if this thing is ready and I feel comfortable, and I'm just gonna go. I'm not in it to win it, obviously. But if I can finish it,
and like, how about the theory of like, what is the time limit? 14 hours?
I think it's 12.
12?
I think it might be 12, yeah.
If you look at the race course and then you take it by 12 like you have 12 hours to finish it, like honestly, I think if you would put normal wheeling pace down, like you're going, like you're having an easy Sunday ride, you don't even let the race like fool you, like you don't even care, you're in your own pace, you're wheeling and you're just driving down the desert and then you're climbing some trails how you know it, and you're not even putting yourself too much at risk of breaking or getting. Obviously you're getting out of your comfort zone, but not to a point where you get uncomfortable with it or where you're putting the entire race in danger. I feel like if you just do wheeling pace, you can totally finish it in that time frame. Like you're experienced and skilled enough to make it through the trails.
I think so. So what made me want to do KOH is last year I'm sat there, I'm on the trail with Jeremy Rose, I'm on Sledgehammer, and the Campbells are coming down. Jeremy's at the bottom of what is it called? The plaque.
Flag line, yeah.
And he's welding something together, and I'm like, hey, Jeremy, you kind of have to move. And he's like, I'm welding down here. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, how long do you think you're going to be? And he's like, Holly, it takes as long as it takes. And I was like, okay. So he puts his welding helmet back down. He's welding away. And the Campbells are just like, it's fine, don't worry. And just watching not just the Campbells, but like other racers come down, I think they're very, very, very well versed in the desert. But when it comes to rocks, sometimes like that's their holdback. I'm the other way around.
Yeah.
But I feel like the rocks, with rock crawling, you really have to know your vehicle, be able to see a line. And I think I mean, I don't know.
At this point, you do for sure.
I have it down at like 2 miles an hour, but going faster, obviously, it's different. But I've also done those trails in Johnson Valley, like, I don't know, 90% of them. And, I don't know. I just feel like, I feel good about it. I feel good about going into it, and I haven't even, the vehicle isn't even done yet.
Yeah,
so,
but like you're absolutely
good about it. So
you're absolutely right. In the rock course, you have the experience in. You have that thing down, and no, like anybody can truck through the desert. I want to say in my again, I've never raced it. I don't want to take to in my imagination. Anybody can make it through the desert, no matter how experienced you're in desert racing. You go at your own pace, you drive wherever you're comfortable, and everybody can make it through the desert as long as your vehicle, as long as your vehicle can keep it together. In the rocks, if you're missing the experience in the rocks, you're just not moving forward. You're either braking or you're getting stuck, and that's where you lose the race, or at least tremendous amounts of time, and that's where you can shine. So I have a good feeling about this. Like I think most people that get into racing or into Ultra 4 racing that are coming from the rocks and going into this have an advantage over people that are coming from the desert and now have to deal with rocks.
The other way around. Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think so. And at the end of the day, it's like a game of golf. I'm not up against anyone in my mind. I'm just going out to have a good time and get a personal best. Here we go. We have to start somewhere. So.
We'll be cheering you on for sure. Somebody was asking what class you're racing.
The Everyman Challenge 4500 class. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting.
Do you race the same course as the 4400 class, or is it like one lap less or something? Wasn't there something
it's one lap less. So we do 2 laps, not 3.
Okay, but the same course. Everything else stays the same, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious.
So.
Yeah, it's wild. It's coming up fast, and the more
it is.
I wouldn't stress too much about seat time. And you're not going from a 2-door to a 4-door where you have to all of a sudden deal with something that's way bigger than what you're used to. You're going smaller, so that's like you will get in there and you're like, oh, this is cool, or I can see, oh, this is so nice. I feel like this is going to be a whole different experience. Obviously, and you said that in your videos before, being clicked into your Hans device and strapped like you until you can't breathe anymore and stuffed behind your steering wheel like this, like that's a different story. You gotta learn and get comfortable with that, but you will. Yeah. You will.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
But...
Very cool. Maybe we see you with the race Jeep at the next Helen back. That'd be awesome. See that thing on like 37s or was it whatever it is.
It is. It's on 37s. That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
Super cool. See what does the 4500 class have your race team shirts for sale at the KOH help support? I know that KOH is now selling the racers shirts. Will that be a thing? No, and you should support Holly directly. Don't pay the middleman. Go straight to Holly and buy the merchandise of her website. That will definitely do her the biggest.
Well, thanks, Marvin. We have a really, really awesome logo. Have I shown you it, Marvin?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Alan APOC Designs has come up with Rock Nest Monster logo. It is super cool.
That's
just
awesome.
Super cool. So we're just working on the end of that. So if I do anything like any kind of, I don't know, hat or something, I think a hat would look pretty cool with this logo, or a t-shirt or whatever, I'll definitely have them up in January. But not just now. We got to get the race vehicle put together first.
Yeah, priorities, right? Man.
Priorities.
Crazy. Yeah, that will be cool. I love the name. Rock Nest, definitely perfect. Very, very fitting. Very, very fitting. I was still cheering for Scottish Hammer, but Rock Nest is not bad either.
I know. Scottish Hammer. That's so good. That is so good.
Ohio Offroad says 1 year we should do an all-women Helen back. Do we have enough? Yeah, we should at this point, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Yeah. All women.
Yeah. I don't want to be I
don't know if I'd survive that. I can say that because I'm a female.
The vehicles will be fine. The drivers won't be. Everybody will have scratches in their face and hair. No, I think the vehicles will be completely fine. Just the participants may not be. After our 18-19 and all women Hallenbeck, oof.
Oh no. No.
That is hilarious.
It is that sweet hour 18 of the 24-hour Helen back, though.
Always.
It's just always. Yeah. Everyone gets like a little, everyone's a little edgy. I know I definitely get a little snappier with people.
Absolutely, everybody does. That's when the true characters, or not the true characters, but that's when everybody's really on the edge, and that's just what it is. Especially when the trails get harder and harder, and you have to winch for the 740th time, and it's getting cold, and you're hungry and thirsty and sleep deprived, and your vehicles start making noises, and
and people are like, "Oh, man, why are we doing this? Do you want to do this?" And you're like, "Oh my god." What? And then everyone's just like, come this way. And you're like, I am coming that way. It's amazing.
And like you can see like even the spirit of the people at the beginning. You have like, you know, even if we say you have one spotter and one spotter only, at the beginning everybody wants to contribute, everybody wants to help each other, and everybody wants to spot each other. Coming hour 18, 19, 20, it's like, you got this. You're good. You're good.
And I think it's always been like that from the first one.
Yeah.
Even from Windrock, it's always been like that. And it's been pretty awesome that you've invited me on every single one.
Yeah. So
that was very cool.
Absolutely. And like, should we break the news? I don't know if they're kind of sad news, but kind of not sad news. But like for the next coming Helen back, Holly is not part of it for the first time ever, right? Like so. One time we're gonna skip her. We had just a busy schedule and a crazy year, and it just didn't align. It just didn't work out. And Holly again, she was there every single year, and so we gave her a break on this time. But she'll be cheering us on, I guess, while the whole thing is happening. And like,
heck yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see it from a different perspective.
And that's going to be the fun thing. Maybe we'll do this again once the episode is out, and we'll watch it together. They'll see. Like I'll walk you through it. Like there's definitely, and we had a really good female replacement for you for this last go around. So I can say that already. Yeah, definitely cool. But then the next one again, obviously you're back. You'll be back on board, and we'll get that all lined out. Yeah, but I'm.
Oh, did you have a pink helmet in this one?
Yes, of course. I don't want to.
Now it's just pink helmet.
Oh yeah, pink helmet in the next one. Yes, I could tell you guys so many stories about this, and I have so many things like sitting on my shoulders that I just want to tell you guys. But one thing at a time.
You do it.
But yes, there will be a pink helmet in the next one again as well. Absolutely.
And guys, I don't know if you guys have all been here this entire time or just joined in, but you can win a pink helmet signed by a bunch of really cool people from Arizona. Personally, I can say the hardest Helen back.
Yeah. By far. Yeah. The scariest. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily the hardest. Yes, it was also it was up there with one of the hardest, but it was the scariest. Like I was white knuckling, sweaty palms, like the entire time. Like Arizona was nerve-wracking, scary, and freaking just wild.
I'm confused. We talking 24-hour 2022 or 2023? This is actually, we're recapping on the very first one from Windrock. But Marvin is just talking about the 2022 one, which will be coming out very soon, right, Marvin?
Right, Christmas, like wintertime, Christmas. We're right there. We're literally we're right there. Give us in the next few days. Just keep your eyes open on all of our social media channels. We'll be dropping information right, left, and center. You'll be filled in here with every little bit of information about this year's Helen back. So basically starting now, going forward from this video, you will see, we will fill you in on everything that you need to know. And yeah, it will be coming out over Christmas, basically. Then you guys I can already say that the exact dates will be released here very soon. The location will be released very soon. And we will also kind of give you guys a rundown on like the general agenda, like what kind of videos are coming, how we're going to fill you in with background stories, how we're going to introduce the drivers, how we're going to introduce the park to you. We even had, and this is cool, but this will probably be released afterwards because we don't want to spoil it too much, but we this time even had the camera team had a vlogging camera, so we even have a behind the scenes look from their perspective and what they have to go through. Holly, you've seen it. Like it's tough on us, it's tough on our vehicles, but can you imagine those poor guys that have to film? Let's say we are 10 people in the group that have to run each obstacle at least 10 times, usually more than that, up and down and back and forth every single time.
So much.
Loaded with camera gear. 24 hours straight, loaded up with camera gear. I remember I talked to one of our guys, Jacob. He said the Oklahoma one. In Oklahoma, we drove, 1.6 miles is with the progress we made in Oklahoma in 24 hours. He walked 14.4 miles in Oklahoma on a so that was his Google his Apple Watch showed over 14 miles that he walked. Can you imagine, like on a trail that took us a mile and a half, not even.
No, that's so much. And just think about the terrain that they're on as well, like with the rocks. And I mean, you shot the first one, right? That was just
we kind of doubled, like it was a progression. The very first one, the one that we talked about here today, that one I shot completely by myself on a GoPro. Then the second one in Kentucky, which we call the official first one, because that was the one where we had a logo, we had an idea, we had a concept. It was more like that was more of a real Helen back then. That one was with one other cameraman and myself. We shot the one in Kentucky, and that other cameraman is, by the way, still part of the team until today. And then the one after that was the one at Rugged Mountain Range in Oklahoma, and that was then the first one that was like a real production with a bit, multiple cameras, one or two photographers, but 4 or 5 videographers, and everything around it. It was just, man, Oklahoma was wild. I hate that you had like just a semi-cool experience there due to some carnage, and like you just didn't. It wasn't your day. It wasn't your lucky day.
It was like a fight. It was a fight to get there. Then it was a fight in the parking lot, looking over things that had been looked over.
Yeah.
And then trying to find parts before it started. Then joining you guys like 30 minutes into it, and then it was just
crazy.
It was just not. Yeah, it was not a good time.
Yeah, and then you wheeled, you broke,
the video was awesome.
You drove back, you fixed it in the parking lot, you came back to meet us, wheeled again, then broke again, and then like it was just this constant thing. And it's like you tried, and at some point I like 100% understood. You're like, I'm done. This is it.
Oh yeah, like I thought that I had just popped a U-joint, and I was like, we can just pop it out and we can put another one in and we can go back. And when we got back, I was just like, you know what? This is so not worth it. Like, I can't do this again. And good job I didn't, because I had snapped the axle shaft.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I went back to Pennsylvania. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Marvin, you need Dan Crab in 2023. Yeah, I've heard of him. I've seen his pictures and whatnot. Like he's. I have a list in my phone, and like I maintain this list as I go and add people where I'm like, yeah, this guy would be good. This guy wouldn't be good. I have a good list, and like he's definitely on it. It's just it depends where we are. Like when I do a Helen back in Arizona, I sure won't invite somebody from Maine, because that's just not humane. You just don't do that. So like that's part of, like, it's a geographical thing sometimes too. So when time comes, like I'm still figuring out where to do next year's Helen back. Next year's Helen back is not. I'm definitely waiting for some good recommendations from you guys, what you want to see, especially after the one that you see coming this year. But I'm excited to figure something out for the next one, Holly, the next Helen back, not the one that's coming this winter, but 2023 Helen back will be the 5th Helen back. Can you imagine? And it's the 5th Helen back. We've done 2 in 1 year ones, so like that's kind of like at the beginning the Kentucky one was, and the Kentucky one and the Tennessee one were both in 2019, so that's why.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
So for the big 5,
that is wild.
Like, and then obviously you're back on board. We'll need to figure something out and bring it somewhere special and do something crazy. Have a real I'm going to start nailing down a date at least here very, very soon, within the next few weeks, and then sending out invitations so we can get the people that we want, and make this really, really special for the big 5. I want something crazy. So James Gilman is asking Holly.
You want something crazy?
Hollywood was the first one, correct? My guy Max was on that one. Yes, Hollywood, Kentucky was the first real Hallenbeck as you know it.
One.
Yeah, exactly. With not shot on a potato, and with not a whole group of awkward people. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. And yeah, Max was there. Max Dollinger, really good friend of ours. Great dude. Huge inspiration huge help and huge inspiration in my entire wheeling career. Showed me a lot of the places that I show you guys on YouTube now and that I celebrate on our channel originated from him. Certain characters that we both crossed paths with Holly, like really have influenced us till today, the influencers of the influencer, so to say. Somebody like Jason Vanover, somebody like a Max Dollinger, somebody like I don't know. There's just certain people out there that have taught us so much and like showed us all the cool spots and taught us so much about wheeling and like so definitely great. And they're all still around. Scott Simone is saying Alaska. Man, that would be cool. But a haul. But I think
that would be a haul, but it would be worth it.
Is it though? Like I don't. Is there real wheeling? Is it more like everything I've ever seen of Alaska is more like an overland trip, or like it's not really? It wouldn't be like what people expect from a Hallenbeck. You know what I mean? It would be cool for a trip. Don't get me wrong. I want to do an Alaska trip so bad, but would it be a Hallenbeck trip? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Alaska, so I might be wrong. I'm sure there's some gnarly stuff. I just don't know about it. So if somebody would point me in the right direction there, maybe. But I'm also itching for Pacific Northwest. I also think that would be cool and different. Somewhere that I've never touched, that haven't been to. Also super far away, pretty much the furthest that you can drive from here. But I think that would be really, really cool too.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Bad spotter off-road. Rugged Mountain Ranch was an awesome Hallenbeck. Inspired me to get up there and wheel it. Awesome. I love hearing that. That's exactly what we want to do. Inspire you guys to get out and wheel.
Yeah.
Good Evening Ranch, West Virginia. Also a place I want to check out next year. Good Evening Ranch, West Virginia. I've heard great things about, and it looks freaking awesome. Definitely want to check that out. G-Play Podcast says Mammoth Trail. Man, I don't like. What do you think of Mammoth Trail, Holly? How is your take on that trail?
I can't really comment about it because I only did the opening to it. I didn't get into it. Remember?
But you've seen it. You put your eyes on it, your tires on it. You watched the struggle bus throughout the day. But like, I feel like for a Hallenbeck, it would be too mono. Like as a driver challenge.
It would be it's basically, I mean, it's a fantastic trail to go on, like for the day or for the weekend and try and like complete it. But I think for a 24-hour, it's monotone. It's very like one.
It's the same thing.
Trip.
It's the same thing going over and over and over and over again. If you've seen the beginning, you've seen the end. The rocks get bigger. Don't get me wrong; it does get harder and tougher. But I feel like on video, for you guys at home watching it, the beginning will look just like the end. So, like, I don't think it'll be a hell. I'm sure there is a format that we can do that is made for that, but Hallenbeck ain't it. So. Yeah.
I think it is kind of a hellish trail, to be honest with you. The way that everyone was braking. At one point, we would move 10 feet, someone else would brake, there would be a problem, someone fell in like the massive like gaps in the rocks and stuff like that. But if you when Marvin puts stuff on like this, he thinks not only about the trail, not about the people, but like how it's going to look and how it's going to come across on the camera. How can we keep you guys interested in watching it on TV? And it would pretty much look the same.
Monotone, I agree, absolutely. Yeah. Still cool. Still super, super cool.
Awesome. Like, I want to go back.
Yeah. Actually, the worst thing about it for me was it was in an exposed open field and there wasn't a bit of shade and it was like 100 gazillion degrees that day and I felt like I was like just getting fried. Like I was on the heat was coming from the rocks, was coming from top. Nope. I don't know how you
But if
do it
you-
out there in Sand Hollow. Like you're like, we're both not great in bright sunlight, and like Sand Hollow is just torture for me all day.
Well, I see that you carry 70 sunproof. Yes, I watch your videos, Marvin.
Absolutely, yeah. The German
We're like
German proof.
German skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
We burn.
If you see me in the dead middle of summer in a hoodie like this and like in my Jeep like this, it's not because I'm cold, okay?
Trying to keep the milky white skin.
Yeah, exactly. No, trying to not burn. Yeah, and because I hate that's the worst combination about it is I burn really bad and I hate sunscreen. I hate the feeling of sunscreen on my skin. Like, and there isn't a sunscreen that I don't hate. Especially when you run up and down mountains filming and then sweat drops down your forehead and the freaking sunscreen gets in your eye and all you taste all day is sunscreen in your mouth. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Man, this was fun. Well, we're coming close to an hour and a half. Again, guys,
What?
we got a yeah. We got a pink helmet to give away. The one of the pink helmets from the 24 Hallenbach in Arizona, signed by Holly, myself, and a bunch of others. And we're giving this away for anybody that puts a donation in the super chat today, no matter how much it is. I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes before we call it quits here today, and then we're going to figure out a winner for this. And you guys, all you need to do when you're picked as a winner, all you got to do is reach out to me or even Holly on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, YouTube, email, whatever you want to do. Just find a way to reach out to us and make sure you can confirm somehow that the YouTube channel that's you. And then, I need your name, your address, stuff like that. And we'll figure out the rest.
So get your donations in, guys, because winning a pink helmet is kind of freaking cool, if you ask me.
I think so too.
Awesome.
Still got some Arizona dust. It's a size extra large. I throw in Flex Rocks and Rollover shirt in whatever size you wear, and I think Holly is going to throw in some of her Mischief Maker gear.
Shirt and a hat, guys. So
awesome, very very cool. So Twin Stick Crawlers, thank you, sir. Jeep Light Puffcast, Billy, thank you.
Oh, Billy.
I would like to see him on a Hallenbach too. I think he'd be
Oh my gosh,
Billy is made for stuff like that. Billy will push it.
Billy is made for that. He's got like batteries inside of him. Like I can't. Our 18 is gonna mean nothing to him.
No. And like we've had on every year we have it's I always try to keep Hallenbachs with enough just good old boys, people that are just coming from fans, became friends and whatnot, and it's just so cool, people that are mind blown over, oh my god, I've watched this over on TV and this has inspired me and now I'm here. And those guys are always the ones that after 24 hours they're ready to go again for 24 hours, and that's the cool thing. Seasoned wheelers like us, we get we're trying to fight our way to get tired and or to not get tired, but it's always fun if you have somebody that just pushes. But for me it's also you just have to stay busy. You have to stay on hard trails. You have to stay in obstacles. And whenever it's not your time to run, not your time to drive, get out of your vehicle. Do not ever stay in your vehicle. You will fall asleep. Paragon Studios and Atlas Off-Road 304. Thank you guys. Thanks for the donations. You guys are part of the helmet giveaway. This is the way to enter it. Ohio Off-Road. Great conversation. Holly, best of luck with the race, Jeep, and build in the race. All right, guys. Cool. Oh, Holly left the chat. No, Holly just, I don't know, maybe she's going getting some merchandise or something to show you guys. She'll be back in a second. And then I'm going to let her draw a winner for the pink helmet. So we're going to go through everybody that has donated in the super chat, and we'll pick somebody, again, who, if you get chosen as a winner, make sure you find a way to reach out to myself or to Holly with some sort of screenshot, something that proves that the YouTube channel belongs to you, that you've been entering with or donating with, and then I need your address and your name and all that stuff. Thank you. Rest 2106. Thank you, sir. Bucket list to wheel with both of y'all. Factory Rish off-road. I'm sure we can make that happen. We wheel with anyone and everywhere, pretty much. Like we don't make this like we do stuff every year where people can join us and people can wheel with us. Walter Fowler. Do you know that guy?
Walter.
If he wins that helmet.
Then we're just going to draw again. It's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, everybody's here. Alan is on here. Crazy Alan. All right, guys. Holly, do you want to name me a number? Let's see what we got here. Just a rough estimate. I'm not going to count how many people have, I don't know. I would guess, let's just say, name me a number. Name me your lucky number, and then I'm going to go. Should I go from the top down or from the bottom up?
Let's go from the top down.
From the top down. Name me a number. Name me a number. And if it's higher than the people that we have in it, I will go back up.
Okay.
So you can give a somewhat high number, and I can go back like up and down the list. So whatever you want to do.
All right. I'm going to go with 13.
13.
Love the number 13. Yeah.
Okay, 13. All right, John. John Losetter. That's awesome. Thank you, John. John from Jeep Tech, and you are the last one to donate now. So this is the last. John is the last one to enter this. We have to cut it off somewhere. Thank you for everybody that participated. Huge shout out. And now we're gonna go. So 13. We got John. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Stephanie Erickson. Stephanie Erickson, you are the winner of this helmet. Please make sure, Stephanie, are you still live? If you're still watching, comment really quick in the super chat that you're still here, just so I know that you received the information of. Please reach out to me or Holly on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you can find, email, whatever you can figure out. There she is.
Go.
Perfect. Awesome. Congrats, Stephanie. I even have some helmet bags here from Excel Offer. I'll put a package together. And reach out to me or Holly with screenshot something that proves that the YouTube channel belongs to you, that you're commenting with, which, it's named after your name, so that will be easy. And then also, I need your address and your shirt size. I think that's it. Helmet size is determined. It's an extra large if you want it or not. Cool.
That's super cool.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everybody that participated. And awesome. Thank you, Holly. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us and hanging out with us here on a Wednesday night.
Always. I'm always down to hang out.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. We've hardly dropped any people throughout the whole time we were live, so that's awesome. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight. This is, I think, the 6th live stream so far. Apparently, you guys are enjoying this, so we're going to keep this thing going. And again, Helen Back is kicking off now, so we will be blasting you guys up with information and release dates and location and drivers, and everything will be rolling out now. So keep an eye out for 2022-24 Hellenbach. Make sure you follow Holly Fowler, aka Mischief Maker, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of that. And I see you guys next week again, and I wish you all the best, Holly, for everything and anything, and your racing career, and your entire race Jeep project. All the very, very best, and keep us posted.
Of course, and good luck with you for everything that's going on, Marv.
Thank you, guys. I see you guys next weekend.
See ya.
Bye, Hall. We talk soon.
Bye.